Hey everyone, Mac is back. Today we're going to discuss about server invasions, a little bit of strategy on how to do that and what you need to do specifically. Some of the points I'm going to go over are, do you go by yourself or do you go with a group? Which server? How do you choose that server that you want to invade? Before you leave, what do you need to do to prepare your account to be able to get there with enough troops to be able to fight and enough resources to be able to train and heal? How do you prepare even before that? If you're, say you're a month or two out and you want to start working towards that, what you need to save up or what you need to spend on to be able to do that. And finally, how do you attack? Do you attack close up? Do you port into their hive? Do you attack from far away? Do you port in and do you wait? Stay bubbled and just try to observe what's going on. We'll get into that, so let's get to it. So when you're choosing a server to go to attack, the first recommendation I have is to make sure that you don't go by yourself. You can go by yourself with a solo, but it's always nice to go with your friends, go with your alliance, go in a small group. It's very good. But when you're choosing that server, you want to look for a few things. You want to look for, are these castles bubbled or unbubbled? If they're unbubbled, that's what you're looking for. You want to try to find a lot of castles that are unbubbled. Go check King's Landing, go click on some of the accounts, see what's in there, and see who is bubbled or unbubbled. That's one of the big things. You want to see how many scrolls it's going to take you to get there. So if you go to a server, you click and you want to say you want to relocate, you click on that, and it'll let you know how many of those scrolls it's going, those national relocation scrolls it's going to take. And as you can see down here, just go click on it, and you can tell you that there is the number that it's going to take you, and it's all based on the power, your power compared to what that server has. You want to look for weak castles. So you want to find and click on castles that are unbubbled, that are weaker. And some way you can do that is actually just go to the alliance that's there and just click on their power, and then you can just kind of scroll down through and see what they have. You can see this is probably an alt one here. But looking around King's Landing, you're probably going to go, try to find one where they've buffed it maybe or something, or they put like a something on it. And just click on it and it'll actually show you, you can see this is a 34 billion account. You can see there's pretty big accounts here, so going to be a little bit more difficult to fight on this server, but still, you wouldn't completely rule out invading a server just because of that. If it's a newer server or if it's protected, you got to make sure that it's not protected, because those newer servers are protected for a little bit, so they can actually gain a foothold. See if there are many alliances. Go when you go in there, go to the kingdom map and hover over and see. You can see this is tough, and then this one here is BCI or BCI, and you can see here is Sim, and this one over here is GDI. So it seems like there's quite a few different alliances here, which is actually, I think, a good thing, because that gives you a chance to attack more than just one alliance. So you can go and you can try to find other alliances here that are unbubbled, and then just be able to attack those castles as well. And you could and it's also worth noting that if you find a server that only has one alliance, that's not bad either, as long as a lot of them are unbubbled and you can go and attack them. That makes it a little bit more difficult, but still something you can do. Before you leave, you're going to want to reduce your power. The lower your power is before you leave, the less scrolls that you're going to need to be able to transfer. You saw I needed 26, but you're going to need to be able to get, I would actually try to get down a lot lower. Take a lot less troops with me. Probably only want maybe 1 or 2, maybe 3 marches to, if you're going in there and maybe at like a 50 or 75%. 1 march is probably all you need, because you're only going to be attacking, so you just want to save those troops. To be able to bring your power down, you need to lose a lot of those troops. You need to kill a lot of them, fill up your hospital, get to your hospital, figure out what the the total of your hospital is, and put 500 and some thousand in there. Put the you could put all tier 3s in there if you wanted to, since they're going to cost a lot less to be able to heal them. And then when you do that, then you can actually heal them once you get over there. Then you have your meat shield and use those tier 4s. Or you could do vice versa. If you have a lot of resources, you can just wound a bunch of tier 4s. Totally up to you. Another thing is you could break down some of your resource nodes here that you have inside. So like the farmland, you could break them down. Like the power here is 126,000, almost 130,000, pretty close to that you could power that you could lose from every single one of these farmlands that I have in here. Obviously, you make sure you want to keep your mints and you want to keep your hospitals, especially because you're going to need both of those for training and for your wounded troops when you are attacking. So just make sure that you're paying attention to that. And I also believe that you can take your badges off of your dragon. So if you have your dragon here, you could just take these, off of here like this, like I'm doing here. And then when I put it back on, your power increases. So I could lose 180,000 power just by doing that. It's another thing to consider. Save on your healers and save on training speed ups. You're going to be able to need them. If you're invading, you're going to be healing all the time, and you're going to be training troops all the time. So you're going to need those for sure. And also save up some of the regular speed ups as well, because you use those for the healing. And something also, these healing costs, like reduction, use those healing cost speed ups. Those are good as well. Make sure that you need all of those speed ups. So that's something to prepare for. And finally, the question is how to attack. Do I want to port in, say, right in the middle of this hive here, somewhere around in here, and then just start attacking if they were unbubbled? Or do I want to, like, say, port in up here and then just move my screen down and then attack from a distance? You can do both. The reason I say that you want to go closer is because you're probably going to want to be able to scout them first, because you just don't blindly attack for the most part unless they're extremely weak. Like some of these smaller castles here. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to port in close, scan them really quick to see what's in there. Once that scout comes back, make sure that you're ready to go on your quick buttons and attack them quickly. Do one attack and then random port away. And then if you're going to do a second attack, like if I was going to do another one, I would probably come right up here, put my castle a little bit further away. Knowing if there's still troops in that castle, I'd come back down, then I could click on it, and then I would attack. And then if I did that, then I use 75% speeders, those boots, to be able to get there fast, get the attack off, 75% back, and then I would port out of there as quickly as I could, just in case they wanted to try to blockade me, because you just have to be careful for that. So I would do random attacks like that, maybe attack one alliance here. If there's multiple alliances, that's one reason I like having multiple alliances on a server, because you can attack one alliance, leave, go attack another alliance, and if they aren't very well, they don't communicate very well, which something you want to also look at is the world chat. If they're talking in world chat and they say they're pointing at your location, then that's when you know to be able to port out of there quickly and try to get where you need to go so that they can't get you. So I hope this gives you a better idea of the invasion and what you need to do. Until next time, Mac out.